Alrighty folks, today we are going south of the border again. So we have our ground beef here, and this is 70-30 ground beef, 30% fat. And the first seasoning I'm going to put, this is Monterey steak seasoning, which is kind of a Mexican style spicy steak seasoning, okay? So we're going to just put a little bit of this in here to start out with. Okay guys, it's been about 10 minutes here and our ground beef is all cooked. And actually I only drained a tiny bit of grease out of there, and that's not bad. That seems to me like it's more added water than grease, anything in here. Okay, so our next thing we're going to do is I'm going to add a giant yellow onion that I chopped up in here. We're going to cook this stuff down until it's translucent. That'll take another 5 or 10 minutes, and we'll be back again. While our onions are being cooked down here, I took a pack of the taco mix here that you can buy, doesn't matter what brand, just to season the meat here. And I put a half a cup of water. That's part of the directions on the package. I'm going to throw that all in there with the meat because it's going to evaporate. Once you get it all heated up, some of it will soak into the meat and some of it will evaporate. Okay. And then also I'm going to add a can of this Rotel diced tomato with green chilies. Okay. This is a lot of meat, so I'm going to try to be adding to the correct proportion here. I don't want to overdo it with all the extra junk. Okay, it's going to add up quickly. Okay, so let's let that heat up for a little while here, and we'll be back again. We have more ingredients to add. Alright, so now that our tomatoes are stewing down and our taco mix and water, I added 1 small can of enchilada sauce. This is actually a 10-ounce can, okay? So we're just going to mix all this in here. I think that's going to be enough flavor for what we're doing here. Okay, just going to mix it all up. A little bit more, and we have some more stuff to put in here in a minute. I'm going to let this cook a little longer here. Okay, all the while I have this on medium-high heat, and now that we have all the meat cooked and everything's going good in here, I lowered the heat. We don't want it to burn and stick on the bottom of the pan. So we're going to continue cooking it here for a while and really stew this down. We're not in a hurry to eat it right away. So I'm going to let this simmer for a little while. Next in our recipe, I'm going to add 2 cans of these Walmart brand mixed chili beans. They do not have any meat in it, but the sauce is very tasty in this stuff. Okay. I use this stuff quite a bit. Sometimes I'll put my own beans and my own chili powder in there, but these are really good beans. I enjoy using these, and they're less than $1 a can for these also. So we're going to mix these beans up in here. Again, we're going to turn the heat down and let them simmer for a while here. I'm going to put the lid on, maybe 30 minutes or more, and we'll just let that soak in all the flavor together. Okay, so there you go. Now you have some really good beefy chili. You can do a lot of stuff with this. You can eat it alone with maybe some cornbread, and I already tasted a little taste, and it's delicious just like that. But we have some other ideas planned. Actually 2 or 3 other things we're going to do with this. But if you just like chili and beans, hey, finished product right there. Now it's going to be time to eat some good stuff here. We've got our taco mix and our beef and beans already. I've got some fresh corn tortillas here. And we're going to make some nice nachos and cheese here. Super nachos with beefy stuff on them. That's a good plateful right there. Take a couple of scoops here. This stuff is good stuff. I already tried a little taste. So that'll be good for 1 plateful. And then as for our cheese here, I put a whole can of this paste nacho cheese and a few chunks of pepper jack cheese, and I put it in the microwave and melted it. So we have some nice hot melty cheese to put on here. And then to top it, we have some of this zesty ranch sauce, which is kind of like a sour cream kind of stuff. Put a little bit of that on there. We have another one here which has more of a Mexican flavor. Creamy stuff on there. And then we also have this avocado flavor. We'll just put a little bit of that on here. And that'll be that. That is a winner, guys. Okay. Now, after this, tomorrow, we're going to have a lot of this left. I'm going to show you how to make some killer burritos out of that later. All right. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Enjoy.